You're living through an alignment that only happens once every 150 years. And when it does, either you connect with the love of your soul or you miss the chance to touch the invisible. Today, Venus, the planet of love, pleasure, and affection, meets Neptune, the lord of the unseen, of dreams and spirituality. And this meeting happens in Aries, the sign of impulse, courage, and new beginnings. This conjunction hasn't occurred at this exact point in the sky for over 150 years. And this isn't just a technical detail, it's a cosmic calling. If you're feeling something strange today, a desire with no clear origin, a nostalgia for something you've never lived, an urgency for a love or surrender that feels bigger than reality, you're not overreacting, you're being called. Today, this alignment opens an invisible portal, a space where earthly love meets sacred love, where pleasure merges with transcendence, where touch meets the soul. But portals don't stay open forever. They open for a moment, and you need to walk through them, fully present, or lose something that can never be recreated. Are you ready to answer the call? Some transits affect your daily life. Others affect your destiny. Today, you're living through one of those. The exact conjunction of Venus and Neptune in Aries isn't just astrology, it's a rare event you can't afford to ignore. Imagine two frequencies blending in the sky. The frequency of love, pleasure, desire, Venus, and the frequency of spirituality, fantasy, ego dissolution, Neptune. But instead of meeting in calm waters like Pisces, they're colliding in straight-up fire, Aries. That creates a hot, magical, fast-moving, and deeply emotional energy. It's like the universe is saying, wake up, love is action, now. It's surrender. It's a soul portal. And if you can recognize that, you might completely transform the way you love and the way you live your sensitivity. The beauty and danger of this conjunction lie in the same place. What you're feeling today is real, but it might not be what it seems. With Venus and Neptune together, you could fall in love with an idea, a fantasy, an ideal, but you might also feel something beyond logic, beyond time, something that only your soul can understand and your body can live. Today, you might meet someone and feel like you've known them for lifetimes, or reconnect with someone who reawakens a love you didn't know still lived inside you. Everything will feel bigger, deeper, more urgent, and that's the point. The emotional portal is open, but you need to cross it with your feet on the ground and your heart wide open. Neptune can deceive, but it can also heal. Today's love isn't safe, but it can be transformative if you're brave enough to feel it without losing yourself. Venus in Aries wants to touch, act, take the lead. Neptune wants to dissolve boundaries and unite souls. And when these two forces meet, you feel a love that burns through your body, yet somehow opens the sky. It's as if an ordinary passion is pierced by something unexplainable, a magnetism, a sense of recognition, a deep urge to surrender, not knowing where it might lead. But be careful, this energy is real, but not necessarily stable. It's like a sacred lightning strike, powerful, revealing, and fleeting, if not grounded. Today, you might live a moment that changes your entire view on love, or an intense connection that shows you how much you've been protecting yourself from feeling. This conjunction is a reminder. Some loves aren't meant to last. They're meant to awaken. You know, that emptiness that shows up even when everything seems to be in place. Today, it might return, but not as pain, rather as a calling. Neptune stirs the memory of what your soul has been searching for since before you were born. And with Venus, That calling turns into desire, not for more status, not for validation, but for experiences that touch your soul, for people who awaken your truth, for moments as deep as they are fleeting. Today, desire might show up in strange ways, a sudden urge to change everything, a pull towards something completely new, or even a longing for something you've never actually lived. And that's okay. You're remembering what you came here to find. The problem with feeling too much, too suddenly, is that your mind tries to give shape to what doesn't follow logic. And that's where the risk comes in. You're not in love with that person. You're in love with the part of yourself they made you see. With Neptune, projection comes easy. We idealize, romanticize, fill in the blanks with fantasy. And today, that risk is real. So, pay attention. Is what you're seeing in the other person really about them, or just your reflection? Are you drawn to who they are, or who you hope they'll become? This emotional portal is beautiful, but it demands self-awareness. Because if you walk through it with illusion, you'll come out hurt. But if you walk through it with truth, you'll come out reborn. Today, the body is a temple. With Venus, sensuality, and Neptune, spirituality, united in Aries, desire becomes a channel for transcendence. It's not just about physical pleasure, it's about using the body as a tool for soul expression. You might feel it in a spontaneous dance, a touch that awakens old memories, an artistic creation that seems to come from another realm. Everything involving art, beauty, eroticism, and sensitivity will be charged with subtle energy today. And there's no divide between the sacred and the carnal. In fact, it's through the body that the invisible manifests. This is one of the most beautiful portals of this conjunction. When you feel deeply, ecstasy becomes meditation. Touch becomes prayer. Desire becomes a bridge. But here comes a warning. Ecstasy without presence becomes escapism. Today, surrender, but be fully present in what you do, in what you feel, in what you allow. Because the body doesn't forget what is felt. In truth, one of the most powerful side effects of this conjunction is the tendency to fall for the image, not the essence. You see a spark, and your heart imagines a wildfire. You notice a sweet gesture, and your soul writes a movie script. That's not weakness. It's Neptune in full force, amplifying everything it touches. But here's the key. Today's love is as magical as it is risky, not because it's fake, but because it might make you project onto someone else all the parts of yourself you haven't yet embraced. Are you in love, or just enchanted by the idea of being loved? Do you love the other person, or the way you feel around them? That question is tough, but today, it's essential, because Venus and Neptune don't want you to run from love. They want you to love consciously, and that only happens when you see the other for who they truly are, and still choose to love them. This is one of the most magical aspects of the conjunction. Today, intuition doesn't whisper, it shouts. You may experience vivid dreams with clear messages, sudden visions, desires that come out of nowhere, wild coincidences happening. And no, it's not just in your head. It's Neptune opening the channel between the seen and the unseen. The question is, are you listening? Today, don't try to rationalize everything. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to believe the universe also speaks. Through synchronicity, through chills, through that message that shows up at just the right time. But remember, true intuition never brings panic. It can be intense, but it arrives with peace. So if something touches you deeply today, Be still. Listen. The portal is open, and what comes through now could change the way you see everything, if you let it. With Neptune activated alongside Venus, what you feel today might seem too big for this lifetime. Maybe you reconnect with someone and feel like you've known them forever, or you find yourself longing for someone you barely know, but your soul remembers, or even fall for something that hasn't even started yet. That's the effect of awakened soul memories. The soul recognizes what the mind can't explain. Venus conjunct Neptune touches the invisible threads of your emotional history. It reignites old loves, activates karmic connections, brings to light desires that feel impossible, but deeply true. But be careful. Not everything that arises today is meant to be lived literally. Some connections come to awaken, others to heal. What matters most isn't chasing after anything. It's understanding what that love, that meeting, or that desire is trying to show you about yourself. What in you is ready to be awakened, what in you still needs to be reclaimed. Today, love is not a destination, it's a passage. It's not about someone specific, it's about everything you're capable of feeling and haven't yet allowed yourself to. This conjunction invites you to believe again, to love without guarantees, to touch the invisible with an open heart. But it also reminds you, this isn't about escaping reality, it's about expanding it. Love is a portal, but it's up to you to walk through it, or not. Today you can get lost in fantasies, or find yourself in feelings that reveal something greater. Whatever you choose, know this moment is rare, and what it awakens may not come back anytime soon. So ask yourself, right now, what is my soul recognizing? Even if my mind can't understand. If this video touched something in you that even you can't explain, drop a comment below. I surrender to what my soul already knows. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, because portals like this don't last. But those who cross them never return the same. See you on the other side.